This week on ANN, Adventists in Thailand help after Tropical Storm Podul floods several communities.
Leaders in Inter-American divisions see firsthand the damage of Hurricane Dorian.
And medical cadets assist in relief efforts in the Bahamas.
These stories and more coming up.
And thank you for joining us this week.
Recently, Tropical Storm Podul crossed into northern and northeastern Thailand. Its heavy rainfall and high winds causing flash floods and landslides across 32 provinces.
Water level rose significantly higher than normal due to torrential rain in Ubon Ratchathani, the 10th most populous city in Thailand. There was also widespread flooding in 22 districts.
Flood victims in 10 provinces, including a province also called Ubon Ratchathani, were evacuated to higher ground.
The storm damaged bridges and roads, destroyed over 3,800 houses, more than 430 schools, and 57 health facilities. Farmers in affected areas are concerned they will not have a harvest this year as the water recedes, and many people are still living in their flooded homes without electricity or food supplies.
The Adventist Development and Relief Agency, in collaboration with the Ubon Adventist Mission School, the Ubon Seventh-day Adventist Church, and Adventist Frontier Missions, is responding by providing clean water and food packages to the most affected communities around Ubon Ratchathani.
Additional village needs will be assessed as relief efforts continue. ANN will report updates as new details become available.
Snap trees, flattened neighborhoods, churches destroyed, and debris everywhere. That was the sight that greeted Seventh-day Adventist leaders from the Inter-American Division during a recent tour of the damage caused by Hurricane Dorian on the island of Abaco and Grand Bahama. President of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Inter-America, Eli Henry, along with fellow administrators, Secretary Leonard Johnson and Treasurer Filiberto Vercuso, visited church properties, members' homes, and businesses in Marsh Harbor, the largest city on Abaco. Marsh Harbor Adventist Church sustained extensive damage to its structure, roof, walls, and interior. Most of the church's 250 members evacuated to Nassau, or the United States. Salem Haitian Adventist Church, a wooden structure next to the Marsh Harbor Church, was destroyed. Members had been building a new block structure on a nearby hill, planning to finish in December. The trip was not just about surveying the damage caused by the hurricane, says Henri. For me, it was much more impressive to meet the church members and see the way they have great maturity in their faith. They understood how God saved them after they prayed to God for protection. The IAD sent relief funds into the area immediately after the hurricane struck, and the Atlantic Caribbean Union, through its Adventist Development and Relief Agency in Puerto Rico, has been sending funds every week to assist feeding programs in Grand Bahama and support victims who evacuated to Nassau from Abaco. For more stories on the relief efforts and the church in the Bahamas after Hurricane Dorian, visit interamerica.org.
Also in the Bahamas, as Hurricane Dorian bore down on the island nation, Medical Cadet Corps unit began preparations to respond with assistance as needed. Florida Medical Cadet Corps units are collecting, sorting, and packing donations for Hurricane Dorian survivors. Over the weekend of September 21st and 22nd, they worked at 3 locations in Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville in the U.S. state of Florida. MCC leaders say Orlando and Tampa containers are full and will soon ship to the Bahamas. If more donations come, they will be shipped to Texas to help flooding victims there. NCC Major General Donicio Olivo, Atlantic Union Conference Corps Commander and Commanding Officer for the Hurricane Dorian Response Team, says, "Our cadets and officers are trained to provide spiritual comfort or spiritual first aid and other services such as first aid, relief, rescue, humanitarian aid in times of emergency and disaster, as well as logistical support." The Medical Cadet Corps operates under the umbrella of the World Service Organization based at the Seventh-day Adventist World Headquarters in the U.S. state of Maryland. The cadets serve their local communities in times of peace, during national emergencies, and disaster response.
When a government agency recognizes the work that an entity, group of people, or individuals has done for their community, it is important to celebrate that recognition. Recently, the City Hall of Juiz de Fora, a city of over 560,000 people, honored the Move for Life race promoted by the Health Ministry Department of the Minas Gerais Sul office of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Antonio Santos Aguiar, advocated for recognition in the House as Aguiar, who is also the president of the Health Commission of the Juiz de Fora Chamber, reveals he and his team closely observe the happenings in the city, especially when it's done with health.
Aguiar says the Adventist Church has done many projects like that. In addition to the Race Move for Life, there are health fairs and Breaking the Silence campaigns. We are doing this tribute because the Adventist Church is a worthy institution for doing a very high level of work.
For Pastor Giuseppe Alves, director of the denomination's Health Ministries Department for the Mata and Southern Zone and Minas Gerais, the honor in the House was a great recognition for the Adventist Church.
Here are some images from the South American Division's Move for Life race.
Coming up, a special event for families of adoption is held in Russia.
But up next, in São Tomé and Príncipe, young people use their school holiday to share Christ with others.
We may look, pray, read, think, worship, sing, and share differently, but we all look forward to the Sabbath. And we all look forward to the future when Jesus will come again. With this message in mind, we arrived at a core component for a new identity system, the creation grid. Regardless of what or where you are designing, you can always find information to help you communicate that we are all Seventh-day Adventists.
Welcome back.
For many children, school holiday is a time to refresh and relax from schoolwork and catch up with loved ones. But for young people in São Tomé and Príncipe, an attached field of the Southern African Indian Ocean Division, school holiday is a time to point others to Christ.
Communication Director for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, Noel Shabanda, sent this report.
It's a school holiday here in São Tomé and Príncipe, a time for all young people, specifically students, to take a deserved break. But alas, not in this beautiful island of about 200,000 inhabitants, 8,000 of which are baptized Seventh-day Adventist members. The young people in São Tomé and Príncipe are passionate about evangelism, and when it's holiday time, this is the right time for them to go out into the community, to mingle with others, and to be the hands and feet of Jesus. For 3 weeks, youth embark on a Bible study project dubbed the Caleb Project. They camp outdoors and sometimes in unentered areas just to be the light to others. They do door-to-door visitations, studying the scriptures with their community, thereby pointing others to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. While others are engaged in Bible studies, others are hard at work, building houses for the less privileged members of our society. The satisfaction they get from doing this charity work is priceless, as they believe that this is what Jesus would have done as well.
By building homes for the less privileged members of our society, we feel so happy that we can put a roof over their heads.
I'm so excited to move into my new house. I'm currently squatting with friends and it's not conducive because I have a baby who needs freedom as well.
We are a missionary group of 16 2x2 Caleb project with the mission to bring the lost ones to Jesus through Bible studies.
We do this mission year by year, and it consists on going to the communities, and giving biblical studies, painting homes, and talking to the children and playing with them. As we can see, we are away from home, so we bring tents, and we will be staying here for 2 weeks for this mission.
As young people, we are so happy to evangelize to our community through our acts of good kindness, and the community is already inquiring to know more about our church. The Bible studies are really opening their eyes.
The young people also conduct health expos for the children. This is to teach the young ones at a tender age that healthy bodies will build healthy families that will result in a healthy community so that we can serve Him better.
Today, we were teaching the children about how to take care of their health, because health is very important to all of us.
As for the community, they are grateful and humbled by the work being done by the Seventh-day Adventist Church in their communities.
I am the head of this small community, and what the young people from SDA Church did today is commendable. They came and taught us so much about our health. They checked our blood pressure, our weight, and also they gave us advice on how to live a healthy life.
Pastor Xavier, the acting president of São Tomé and Príncipe, attached the field for the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, believes that what the young people are doing is total member involvement at play.
Here in São Tomé, our young people is very active on the Caleb project. They understand that it's a way to reach people. So through this various activities like social, Bible study, and the preaching, they are able to bring some people to come to Jesus.
The Caleb project is now so popular in São Tomé and Príncipe, so much that it is broadcast weekly on national television, a sign that indeed our young people are doing the right thing, as their adopted slogan, which says, "We will go."
Caleb! Para a missão Caleb! Para a missão Caleb!
As the church continues to grow here in São Tomé and Príncipe, it is clear that the young people are on a mission to go forward, and we praise God for their initiatives as they point others to Christ. For the Adventist News Network, I'm Noel Spanda reporting from São Tomé and Príncipe.
What does a family mean to you? Is it love, acceptance, support? For children who've lost their parents, a family means kindness.
The Adventist Church in Eurasia sent this report about an event for adopted families in Rostov, Russia.
Что значит для вас семья? Любовь, принятие, поддержка. Можно перечислять бесконечно. Для детей же, оставшихся без родительской опеки, семья – это прежде всего доброта. Добрые отношения. На первое место ставят дети, участники слета семей и усыновителей, организованный Центром поддержки усыновления.
Первая задача – безусловно, просто дать отдохнуть людям. Вторая задача – это, безусловно, дать родителям, приемным родителям, усыновителям, опекунам, либо людям, которые хотят стать приемными родителями, дать им обоснование, хорошее библейское обоснование, которое станет фундаментом их воспитательной деятельности.
Достан не понаслышке знает, что такое детский дом. По милости Божией у него жизнь сложилась благополучно, но стать усыновителем или опекуном Достан не спешил. До тех пор, пока один из уже взрослых парней сам не попросил взять его к себе.
Он мне, мы переписывались, общались, и он мне так дал мне понять, что вот из всего группы всех детей забрали, а он остался один.
Мы начали с ним общаться, я начал его спрашивать, когда он уже сделает документы, когда он уже заберет меня.
Я ему своего рода пообещал. Я очень такое продолжительное время не делал ничего на самом деле. Потому что я думал, как-то то времени у меня не было, то работа. И на самом деле я особых каких-то усилий не прилагал к этому.
Он собрал некоторые документы, чтобы взять меня на Новый год. После Нового года он меня спросил, понравилось, ты собираешься дальше у нас быть? Я сказал да, недолго думая. И в январе, числах 20-х, он меня уже забрал окончательно.
И он он у меня оказался в моей семье. И, слава Богу, у нас все пока хорошо.
Время в лагере было организовано по принципу построения идеального выходного дня большой христианской семьи. Но утро начиналось не с привычного духовного размышления, а с мужского разговора и молитвы матери.
Мужской разговор – это как раз-таки и есть толчок, чтобы дать вот этот вот поджог этому динамиту, чтобы произошел взрыв. Потому что, я не знаю, у каждого разное духовное состояние, но тем не менее, как отцы, мы ответственны за наши семьи.
Зарядка, завтрак, можно сказать, день начался. Теперь дети отправились на свой урок, подростки на свой, а папы и мамы на лекции специалиста Центра поддержки усыновления Натальи Пасхалиди.
Чаще всего общество, органы опеки, школа предлагает психологическую помощь. Мы считаем, что психологическая помощь для христиан – это по меньшей мере неуместно. Мы предлагаем помощь в Библии, потому что все, что нужно для воспитания ребенка, все изложено в Библии.
Семья Андрея и Елены Унрау еще до принятия первого ребенка была многодетной. Однажды, увидев пример своих друзей, Елена поняла, что призвание именно их семьи – дарить родительскую любовь детям, которых больше нельзя назвать чужими.
Я даже объяснить не могу. Но чувствовала, что Господь побуждает, мысли такие, что нужно пойти учиться, нужно как-то готовить документы. Хотя я сама не понимала, из-за чего это все происходит. Стала говорить мужу. Муж это серьезно не воспринял. Говорит, да мы не потянем, мы не сможем.
Как-то у меня не было такого откровения, прям, что это надо. Хотя в душе я понимал, что это хорошее дело, это угодное Богу дело.
Как-то ехали мы, ему нужно было по делу куда-то, а мне в другое место. И куда-то он меня должен довести, и мы с ним поговорили, он все равно против. Я расплакалась, говорю, все, я больше этот вопрос не поднимаю, я оставляю этот вопрос. Пошла, иду, плачу. Я говорю, Господь, все, больше я ничего не делаю. Дальше говори с ним сам. Я свое желание показала, что я готова к этому. Дальше говори с ним сам. Я не знаю, что говорил ему Господь. Он уехал потом после этого на работу. С работы приезжает, взял документ, который нужно было принести. Говорит, бери все документы, иди медкомиссию проходи, будем оформлять все документы, будем искать детей.
После часового семинара время для семейного общения. Это купание в реке, водная горка, скейтборды, ролики, настольный теннис, рыбалка. Все, что может подарить база отдыха. Желающих каждый вечер ждал вечерний травяной чай, на который приходили все, кто хотел поделиться своими впечатлениями, задать вопросы организаторам, просто услышать о переживаниях и счастливых моментах родителей, которые научились не делить детей на своих и чужих. Кирилл Коптев, Влад Архипов специально для своих новостей.
Coming up, Emily Mastrapa is here with this week's social media highlights.
But up next, Adventist Mission shares a story of how the Adventist Church is helping diabetics in the Solomon Islands.
May I work in with you, young fella?
Yeah. Go for it.
That's the way you do it. Gotta put a little weight on it. But I'll put it back up here for you.
Welcome back.
Recent studies show that the South Pacific region rates highest in the world for type 2 diabetes.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church is determined to do something about it.
Adventist Mission has more.
Yeah, I think my life would be different from another person my age because I have more responsibility than them, and sometimes I don't go out much with friends. I just stay at home and look after my mom. So yeah, I don't do most things girls my age would do.
A deadly pandemic is sweeping across the South Pacific, where the world's highest incidence of type 2 diabetes is found. In the Solomon Islands alone, 60% of hospital beds are occupied by diabetic patients. For many of them, diabetes leads to serious complications such as amputation and blindness. Today, 80 people will have an amputation in this region. That's one amputation every 10 minutes.
I had this itchiness on my ankle. I thought it's just a little sore, but it gradually grew. So I was taken to the hospital. That's when they found out that I had diabetes. I can't move anywhere, and then my feet is not level. When they took off the toes, my feet sort of started balance. In 2014, that's when my eyesight got worse. I can't see properly.
Now that my mom is blind, I'm the one who does the cooking and the cleaning and everything around the house. So basically, my daily life is just looking after my mom, and it's usually me too who looks after my brother and my sisters. So I'm kind of like partially taking my mom's responsibility as a mother. Sometimes I might think of it as a burden, but then sometimes I think about it and realize that I have no choice.
Like Toledo, many people in the South Pacific are at risk of losing their toes, their sight, or even their lives to type 2 diabetes. But the Seventh-day Adventist Church is determined to do something about it. Adventist Health and ADRA have partnered to launch the public health campaign called the 10,000 Toes. The campaign seeks to save the lives and limbs of people affected by this tragic disease through a multi-stage approach. This quarter, a portion of your 13 Sabbath offerings will support the 10,000 Toes campaign. It will also construct studios for Hope TV and radio in the island of Tonga and assist in the production of a 13-part animated series for children following the adventures of Daniel and his 3 friends. Please pray for the South Pacific Division, and thank you for your support of the 13th Sabbath offering.
Watch this and other mission stories online by visiting adventistmission.org. Then click on videos at the top.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church operates one of the largest education systems in the world, so it's safe to say education is important.
Emily Mastrapa is here to share how you can honor your favorite teachers this year during World Education Day.
We've heard the saying, to teach is to touch a life forever, and that's true. We can all remember a teacher or maybe multiple teachers that we've had that have changed our lives, and they deserve our gratitude. October 5th is World Teachers Day. This day commemorates the anniversary of the adoption of the recommendation concerning the status of teachers. This recommendation sets benchmarks regarding the rights and responsibilities of teachers. World Teachers Day has become the occasion to mark progress and reflect on ways to counter the remaining challenges for the promotion of the teaching profession. The theme for this year's World Teachers Day is Young Teachers, the Future of the Profession. Let's take this day to celebrate the teaching profession worldwide and to address some of the issues central to attracting and keeping the brightest minds and young talents in the profession. You can find resources to promote World Teachers Day at unesco.org. They have a poster that you can download, and it's in multiple languages, and you can put it on your social media pages. You can follow along on Facebook and Twitter by using the hashtag World Teachers Day. Thank you to all of the amazing teachers out there for shaping our lives. Let us know if there's a teacher that is important to you. Make sure to leave a comment so that we can hear your stories about the teachers that have changed your lives.
And finally, for today's episode, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, we learn about the inspiring life of John Joseph Beale.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On September 22, 1909, John Joseph Beale was born, the oldest of twin brothers, in an African-American family living in the town of New Rochelle in New York State. After service in the United States Army in World War II as a medic, Beale went to college and at age 40 graduated with a BA from Oakwood College. He later was one of the first black Adventists to gain a master's degree from the Seventh-day Adventist Theological Seminary. He returned to Oakwood, first as pastor of the college church, and later as a much-loved religion professor. And after retirement, he taught at West Indies College in Jamaica, Bethel College in South Africa, and led ministerial training in East Africa. He was an inspirational teacher of whom one student recalled, "He made Bible class enjoyable yet rigorous." John Beale died in 1989. And for part of this week and beyond, September 26 to October 2, 1883, the first camp meeting in Colorado was held on the outskirts of Denver. There were then 4 Seventh-day Adventist churches with 106 church members in Colorado. Many of those members had been converted by evangelist Merritt Cornell in 1878 and 1879, but many had first become interested in the Sabbath thanks to the work of a pioneering and indefatigable woman Bible worker, Amy Dart, of whom we don't have any photos. But Amy was a one-time Millerite who had moved to Boulder, Colorado in the early 1870s. At this 1883 camp meeting, the Colorado Conference was organized with Edwin R. Jones as president. The conference then consisted of Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming. Today's Rocky Mountain Conference, comprising Colorado and Wyoming, has 17,476 church members in 105 local churches. Wonderful growth since that first handful of churches and those first 100 members in 1883. That was This Week in Seventh-day Adventist history.
And thanks for watching, ANN. Join us next week for more news from the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
We'd love to hear from you. Send us your feedback and tell us how your church is making a difference in its community.
Be sure to capture plenty of video footage and photos, then write up a summary of the event's important details. And feel free to send us full video reports as well.
You can reach us by sending an email to annvideo11@gmail.com.
Before we say goodbye, here's some good news from the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 12.
The passage says, "You should not gloat over your brother in the day of his misfortune, nor rejoice over the people of Judah in the day of their destruction, nor boast so much in the day of their trouble."
That's our program for this week, and remember, you can always visit news.adventist.org for daily news and videos. Until next time, God bless.
Take care.